Once back at the safe house, after retrieving the 3 mysterious boxes, the payday crew revealed what they were containing. Using the medallion obtained back in Brooklyn, they found inside some strange black rings, possibly part of some weird device. It was also obvious that the content from one of the boxes was missing, which meant the crew was unable to proceed with their investigation. Fortunately, things were going in their favor. Senator Henry Simmons, the elephant, who was released after the evidence against his incarceration mysteriously disappeared, informed the gang about the location of the missing piece. It was in a mansion in Salem, Massachusetts. In said location, it was scheduled an auction, showcasing recently discovered items recovered from the Shackleton expedition in Antarctica, one of these being their missing piece. Obviously, bidding was not an option. The crew stood up for the occasion, and after making it through unnoticed, they managed to break into the mansion's vault and steal the mysterious artifact. It was an obsidian tablet with 6 sides, useless on its own, but when paired with the black rings, it created a weird rotating device. Interestingly, the device seemed to react to the sound coming from Tony's piano, located in the room nearby. But the gang had no time to waste. Still thanks to Simmons, they finally pinpointed the location where Bane was detained this whole time. Fort Clapson Prison, an abandoned World War II detention facility owned by Murky Water, located in northern Oregon. With the darkness of the night, the payday crew infiltrated the prison from underneath. What was supposed to be a quiet mission, it turned out to be an ambush from the Murky Water soldiers, which were led by a familiar voice.
What is that I hear? Rats in the cellar.
It was finally confirmed that the dentist was behind Bane's capture, and that he commissioned Murky Water to do anything possible to stop the payday gang from discovering the secret he was pursuing. After fighting through dozens of Murky Water's men, the gang reached the crew holding cell area where Bane was prisoner. Without wasting any time, they broke him out of his prison, and as soon as he was free, he sprinted outside, leaving only mayhem and destruction in his path. The payday crew went on a wild chase, and after 7 years, they finally met Bane face to face for the very first time. He threw the lifeless body of Kento, who was being torturing Bane during his detention, and after attempting to greet his partners, he fell on the ground, unconscious. Thankfully, Lurk arrived just in time with his chopper, assisted Bane by carrying him to safety, and fought through the hordes of Murky Water soldiers coming from every angle. They finally reached the helicopter safe and sound, escaping from that Hell's Island. Back at the safe house, the crew discovers something unthinkable. Kento didn't just torture Bane, he injected him with a deadly virus which would end the mastermind's life within weeks. Ironically, it was the same exact virus that the payday gang was commissioned to gather from No Mercy Hospital 6 years prior, in exchange of a precious guide which was believed by Bane to be the key to unlock Kataro's secret. Afflicted by the terrible news, Dunk went back to his research on the strange artifact. Based on the information he had gathered, he tried many different songs he knew of on the piano nearby to see if any of those would spark any specific reaction. And just when his efforts seemed to be wordless, he found the right tune. Hurrian Hymn Number 6, also known as the oldest melody in history. The artifact's rings stopped rotating, and now with a strong blue light, they were projecting symbols onto the tablet recovered in the mansion, likely major clues to uncover the next step. Meanwhile, news reporter Rachel Riggs was running an investigation regarding the arrest of Senator Simmons after her discovery of a USB stick on her desk. Within, she found files about the clown gang which could connect to everything going on outside the public eyes. When she tried to contact Simmons via phone call, she quickly discovered that the man on the other side was Dr. Hellman, the dentist. He led their investigation to Kozak's bakery, Vlad's hideout, on an effort to get him arrested. Fortunately for him, the place was already deserted. The investigation was getting weirder and weirder, as Dr. Hellman's name was popping up in all recent events, like the second nuclear explosion in Egypt, after the one in South Pacific with only a few days between them, and in the latest White House press about the detonations. In the following days, Washington DC was hit by an earthquake, followed by the news of radiation spikes all over the White House area. Authorities evacuated the whole personnel and sent it to a safer place with the Air Force One aircraft in the event of another catastrophic explosion. Coincidentally, the place was under lockdown by Murky Water soldiers, being the perfect cover-up for the dentist's objective. Whatever he wanted to achieve inside the White House was now possible without anyone to stop him. As Bane's condition was getting worse, he contracted again for one last job: infiltrate the White House, which was under Murky Waters patrol, reach the Presidential Emergency Operations Center, and steal the presidential pardons for the whole crew. By doing so, every single crime the gang committed up to that point was erased from their files. In other words, Bane's last wish was for the Payday crew to get out of his love of crime and live like free men. To infiltrate the presidential palace, the crew disguised themselves as Murky Waters guards and managed to sneak in via helicopter. Once inside, they were quickly discovered and started a descent until the underground vault containing the pardons, fighting through dozens of Murky Waters soldiers. Finally in, after hacking the nearby terminals, they managed to get inside and steal all of 24 pardons, granting freedom from any crime for all of the Payday gang members. After shooting through the final wave of mercenaries and disabling the Murky air defense system, the crew rushed to the escaped helicopter, having achieved the biggest heist of all time. On the way out, Bane congratulated them, just moments before his final breath.
You did it, guys. You pulled it off. The damn White House. Proud of you. Damn proud. Now you're free. Free to... Oh. Is this... Oh my...
Bane's funeral took place in Mexico, in an unknown location. With the death of the mastermind and the freedom given, the Payday gang gave up their masks and with those, their past felony. All but Dallas, which walked away with his mask, unable to give up his love of crime. At least, that's one of the possibilities. As soon as the crew entered the underground section of the White House, they noticed a peculiar painting. On further inspection, it seemed like it was hiding something. With one blast of C4, they opened the wall, revealing a hidden passage to an even deeper section of the place. Once at the bottom, the gang stripped off their disguise, and couldn't help but be amazed at their sight. They had finally found the entrance of what both Kataru and Hellmans were chasing. As soon as the crew started inspecting the huge vault door, a swarm of demons materialized out of thin air, with their only task being to stop whoever tried to access the mysterious vault. While the heisters were fighting off the guardians of the vault, Duke managed to once again solve the riddle and reveal the content within. Inside, a huge room, with a triangular-shaped object in the middle. It was the artifact they were chasing after this whole time, the Ark of the Watchers. Not even the time to admire this amazing discovery, the crew heard the call from the dentist from another side of the room. He was claiming he captured Bane and Locke, and threatening to kill them if the heisters would open the passage to the vault. Ready to strike, the heisters opened the way in for Hellman, but before he could even flinch, they greeted him with a shower of bullets. The reign of fear of the dentist was finally over. Unfortunately, the Payday gang can seem to catch a break, as the earth starts to tremble and the place is about to collapse. Instructed by Bane, the crew picked up the nearby dentist's Mayan gold and placed it around the Ark as part of a ritual. When this was completed, beams of light start to shoot from the nearby ground, and the real power of the Ark is finally unleashed. As free men, the crew were living life in an unknown beach, with an unlimited stash of money. Some of the heisters left for the original country, and some of them started their own adventures. Dallas, Chains, Hoxton, and Wolf gathered around the TV to assist the President of the United States, giving a speech congratulating Commissioner Garrett for finally ending the crime spree all over the country. But they recognized that it was no other than Bane in a new body, thanks to the ritual involving the mysterious Ark, when he quoted the same exact words before his demise.
America, let's do this.
The Payday gang left their troubles behind and figuratively stole America, indeed completing the biggest heist of all time.